Paddy, the Bade, Pimlet did an exclusive interview with Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. And in this video, an important takeaway. Well, there's a lot of controversy surrounding the UFC as late. And I'm not talking about Josh Hogan, although he is not one to shy away from poking the bear that is a certain subgroup or a certain category of people in the US of A or internationally, really. They despise him because he is probably in their minds, the worst example of an American. But that's not what this is video about. This is about what went down between a former opponent of Paddy Pimblett in his fight and also in his most recent fight. And also just controversy in general, whether it be controversy on the White House card involving Justin Gaethje or controversy involving Cyril Bongamin. But before getting into all that, I would like to talk about fate. Well, it kind of does tie back into that, but it's mostly focused on Justin Gaethje and what Paddy Pimblett has to say about fate surrounding Justin Gaethje on the night of, regardless of him coming into that fight between him, that grudge match between, it wasn't really a grudge match, but it was a brutal fight and a great way to start off the Paramount, the Paramount era. Paddy Pimblett, he talked about being injured coming into that fight. Not only did he talk about being injured, but he talked about wanting to put on a show, a good display. He wanted to live up to the name, Paddy the Body Pimblett. He's a Badaladi, right? He wanted to drop a bomb in the first premier Paramount event, but it did not go as planned. And that's why you don't stray away from game plan. You don't take your brain out of the human. You don't focus on emotions. You don't focus on what seems like the right thing to do, but it's more so coming from the heart rather than the mind. You have to do the right thing. And Paddy Pimblett didn't do that. He talked about that. So fate is the reason why Justin Gaethje is the champion, the current champ. It was fate that he would do that. It was fate that he would fight Ilia Topuria and be the first person to give him a taste of adversity. But now back to controversy. Although there was a bit of controversy in that fight, because Ilia Topuria fans, they cannot just let it go down. They have to, or they're trying to spit it back up, but it's going down. And you can forget about getting that out of your system. It's in there now. It's part of your DNA. So, Cyril Gane, what was controversial about this fight? And why are people talking about every single controversy, every single foul, every single illegal move in the UFC nowadays? Well, in this fight, although there was the lucky jab, lucky, according to Alex, it was a lucky jab. Didn't have to do with Gane's ability to maintain distance or his ability, or his not ability, but just his what he wants to do, his intention. He loves to throw out that jab. That's what he does. Jab, kick it, teep, whatever. Stuff like that. Stuff that can keep him out of range. And he played that type of game. And then after the fact, when he was down on the ground, what he did do, what was it, like 4 to 7 illegal shots to the back of the head, and some of them were 12 to 6 elbows. In this photo, you can kind of make that out a little bit. And that's controversial. That's a bad thing to do. You're not supposed to do that, but he did that. He did not live up to the Bongamin name. It's a bit of a misleading name. You think he's a good guy, but I guess no one really knows French these days. So you don't know better. Or maybe people do know French. I don't know. I don't think it's the first language people go to. Sorry for ripping on French people. Although maybe they deserve it because of this specimen of a man that they have doing illegal stuff in the UFC, ruining the sport, taking away legends. Because he was supposed to be triple champ, and now he's complaining and making excuses. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Controversy. I poke. Yes. That's what I was talking about in the beginning. Controversy surrounding Paddy Pimblett and also a former opponent of his, and what his former opponent in Justin Gaethje, what he did to Paddy, and was an eye poke. But in this photo right here, the guy who's getting eye poked is Justin, not Ilia, but Justin. But then there's this image, eye poke. You can't really make it out. Maybe it's an eye poke. It looks like an eye poke. It is an eye poke. It is. It totally is. Oh my God, they both did it. Ilia raked his face, and Justin, he just, I don't know, he snuck a thumb in there. But then, there was the fight between Patty and Justin Gaethje, or not then, but before it all, there was this eye poke, which is also very similar to the last eye poke, a thumb in the eye. Maybe there's a bit of conspiracy to this. Justin Gaethje, thumb in the eye, just the thumb, nothing else. Although thumb, regardless of what glove you may use, it's always going to kind of stick out a bit. It's always going to be that odd man out or that odd finger out. It's just gonna have its way with your eyeballs on the night of, and there's just no canceling out reality. Eye poke, Bon Gamin, good guy. Eye poke, Bon Gamin, good guy. I am very sorry. That's not a French accent. I'm very sorry about that. I don't even know what a French accent sounds like. I'm very sorry about that for the crowd, for the fans, for everybody. I'm sorry for Tom Aspinall. I'm sorry for myself. Oh my God, such a devastating eye poke. I just want to cringe and not look at it because it's just so tragic. His eyes are totally ruined. He's going all the way in. Full penetration. No protection. For the eyes, that is. No protection. And this is what started it all. People have been noticing. I probably should have mentioned this in the beginning. People have been noticing a lot of things. People have become noticers. And what they've noticed is a lot of illegal activity. And it all stems from this controversial fight. Controversy. Because it was canceled. Or it wasn't canceled, but it played out for about a round. And then the eye pokes happened. And Tom Aspinall could not continue. And he sort of quit. Some would say he quit. Ilia Topuria quit, right? He whispered, according to Chael Sonnen, I'm gonna call him a Shonen, what does that mean? Chael Sonnen, in his take on this, Ilia quit in the stool. He whispered something to his brother Alexander. And of course, that's why they said no mas. But just like that, kind of different situation. This is early on in the fight, and totally because of controversy. Not because you got your orbitals broken, but because you got your eye sockets plunged into. Well, he quit. No mas. And here's where the conspiracy comes in. Who's the guy who coaches Justin Gaethje? It's this guy, Trevor Whitman. And what does he happen to be trying to promote, trying to push for? New gloves. And those new gloves are his own creation. They're his own dark, twisted fantasy. And it just so happens Justin Gaethje has to be a part of multiple occasions of eye pokes. So maybe what you can take from this is that Justin Gaethje, he's being told by his coach, you need to get at least one eye poke in. Because the more eye pokes you get in, the more reason there is for them to buy our gloves. Except, I can't really buy into that conspiracy too well, although those certain eye pokes from Justin Gaethje, they're very sneaky, those thumbs, really. I mean, you might think, is he really doing this? Is that intentional? I don't know. But very important thing, why I don't believe in this conspiracy is people forget, man. People forget, man. People forget, man. They really do. People forget that in his fight against Max Holloway at UFC 300, Max poked both eyes after breaking his nose. Both eyes were poked and he went on with the fight. And this was after the first round. What was a man to do when he had his vision completely disturbed, taken from him early on in a fight against one of the best to do it, the baddest MFer, Max Blessed Holloway, no longer the BMF belt champion holder. But he took his eyes and he took a title shot because he, remember, before this fight, he knocked out Dustin Poirier with a head kick. He should have been in line for a title. Then he complained and bitched and all that stuff. And then we got into this situation. And this is where fate comes into play once again. It all started with this interview. It didn't all start with this interview, but this interview, it just reminds you that it's all fate at the end of the day. The eye pokes between him and Max Holloway, it's not always going to work out. You're not always going to be the one to get an eye pokes yourself. So there's an argument that not only is it the guy on the other foot or the other shoe, he's the one who's suffering eye pokes, but also you will suffer eye pokes because different opponents bring different things to the table. And maybe, just maybe, Sirigan should not be the interim heavyweight. No, I'm joking. I don't really have much to say about that issue. I think they should run it back just one more time. Or, no, probably not. They shouldn't run it back. Forget that I said that. Okay, whatever. This video is over with. And after all of that, I'd like to say thank you. I appreciate you watching this video. I appreciate you. You right there, you the viewer, I appreciate you coming to my channel and watching. You know, it means the world to me that you are watching. And I don't want you to forget that. And whenever you need me, you need to leave a comment or something like that. Whenever you just, I don't know, just always come back. I would like for you to come back because it means the world to me to have you here. So I would like you to stay around for a good while. So come back. Come back. All right? You there. Come back. Like and subscribe.